Well, I mean, yeah, it is a disappointment for us today because regardless of where we are in the league, when any team is in the league, when you come here, it's going to be one hell of a tough game. And we were aware that it was going to be a case of risk and reward. You have to be disciplined when you come here. You need a very strong team ethic. But I thought we also made life difficult for Liverpool. We created some unbelievably good goal-scoring situations, unable to convert them today. And it's a scant reward that we leave here with nothing for our efforts in terms of points. But I was very pleased with the collective work ethic today. I thought that was hopefully that's a shift in what we've looked like at times this season. But we can't go from one extreme to another. We've got to play with that intensity in every game. If we do that, there's a real possibility of turning the corner, and then building some momentum. But we have to make it happen ourselves. So I'm also a realist. I know that they are going to create chances in a game like this. They're an excellent side. Firstly, they are a well-oiled machine, and they've got incredible players within it. So when you look at it in those terms, for you to ask me the first question saying, how didn't you score 2 or 3 goals? I think that is quite a good way to measure our performance today.
Are you surprised how many opportunities you created, bearing in mind their defence?
Not when I bear in mind the players that I've got available for us. I think we've got. I know we've got talented players. I don't want to further dent their confidence by being overly critical. If I was sitting here now and we'd been beaten 2-0 and soaked up pressure for 95 minutes and not created a chance, I think I'd be feeling a bit worse for wear. I'm disappointed now. I'm also realistic. I know that they've had a goal disallowed with VAR. I know they've had some good opportunities, but I think certainly in the first half that we had the best opportunities. Their 2 best chances in the first half, the goal and their other best chance came from our set plays, and that again is something that we've talked about. But it's the players. It's normal for them to feel that what have we got to do to break this cycle of disappointment. My answer to that is do what you've done today, every day.
You must have got a lot of heart from what we've seen today going forward. And
well, yeah, I mean, when I joined last week and when Craig joined me, we knew that we have at our disposal some good players. When you consider where we are, the number of points that we have, and the circumstances of this season of still being without a home win, there's got to be more to it. And I think what we have to do, all of us as staff, is to work with the players to give them or help them find the belief themselves. We can't give them. We don't give them that. We hopefully help facilitate that and give them the framework to do that. But ultimately, players have to go out in the field and play. And they played with a lot of conviction today. And yes, there are disappointed players in our dressing room, but I also sensed a togetherness which is going to be important. You know, when you, whatever you do in whatever world you live in, and whatever workplace you work in, I think the hardest thing is to feel isolated, and we can't do that to each other, because our own situation at the minute is going to determine how we work very much. We have to continue to build a collective identity that I spoke in the week about having a buy-in from people, hopefully from everybody. It's absolutely required for us to find a way of getting out of the situation that we're in, and it's doable. I mean, that's the other message, that we are capable, but we've got to start making it happen.
Nigel, can I just ask, you've clearly defended very well today, but the team this season has only got 9 goals.
Yeah.
Is that the problem? I mean, it's the thing that wins matches or gets points.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, and if you're just somebody who looks at statistics, yeah, that's good. I think it's stating the obvious in many ways, but it's also interesting to look at how it's developed, and I'm a big believer in the ethic of defending as a team and attacking as a team, and we've done that today. What we haven't done is converted the chances that we've created, but you know, we're all responsible for that, and I know strikers and forwards that's one of their main objectives, but we've also not contributed throughout the squad enough, and that's something that we're going to have to do moving forward. But we've also conceded too many goals, and I wouldn't blame that necessarily on just the defenders. It's a collective, it's a team's obligation to defend, and so. Yeah, the story of how it's happened this season and why we're in the position that we're in, I think is open for debate, and people can have their opinions. But I suppose my focus at the moment has got to be very much on just trying to affect the present. Of course, it's important to understand why things happen, but I can't focus on that. I've really got to try and live and work in the moment.
Nigel, you said in midweek,
yeah,
first and foremost, you wanted a performance that your fans would be proud of. Do you think you gave them that?
We'll ask them, but I hope so. I hope they saw commitment. I saw it for sure. I think we created. I know we created chances. We made mistakes, but we were disciplined. All those things, and you have to then put it into context of where we've come to today. This can be an incredibly intimidating place to come and play. And what's really important when you come to or visit the best sides in the country is that you are able to have a clear idea what we're trying to do. So I mean, it's what a wonderful stadium and atmosphere here, but as a player you can't worry about that, or you can't let it intimidate you. You've got to be able to deal with the situation. Play the game, not the occasion, is the cliche, I believe.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.